All right, Champions League Wednesday. Oh my gosh, there are only two teams in this match, so fantasy points, it can be difficult, but a great game. Atletico Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Atletico playing some crazy defense. Bayern Munich a little bit injured, but an amazing German squad. Tyrone, this game, Atletico has come through and justifiably beaten Barcelona.
Yes.
Has got possibly the tightest defense you've seen. They've hardly let any goals in, 6 goals in 10 games, but that back four plays really tight. Is Bayern in trouble here?
Yes. Yeah, they are. I wasn't that surprised by Atletico turning over Barcelona. I don't think any of us were really. If you've been following how they play, they really suffocate strikers.
They got that Chelsea guy too, didn't they? Who's now with them? That former.
Well, he's actually a former Atletico Madrid player who went to England for a couple of years and then went back home.
Okay.
Who cares what happened in the interim? But yeah, he's playing all right as well. Isn't he? Griezmann's the star, but up front. But Coke, that guy in the middle, wow, he is phenomenal. And that defence, what a unit. And you know what? Credit be to the manager, Diego Simeone. He's fantastic. And how he's stayed there, and I believe he's going to continue to stay there, because obviously he could literally walk into any club in the world and take over that guy. He's done a brilliant job. Bayern Munich, yeah. I'm not convinced they're going to do it. I actually tipped them earlier on, a couple of rounds ago, and I thought, yeah, I think Bayern Munich got enough to overcome the Spanish invasion, the armada of Spanish teams. But we were mostly looking at Real Madrid and Barcelona. Atletico Madrid are the team. And if you were to actually put the pressure on me and say who I think could win the whole thing outright, I think Atletico Madrid, I really do. I think they'll win 1-0 on the night, and I think they'll get a draw on the away leg. But we'll get to that when it comes. But I think Atletico Madrid, yeah, I think they'll win 1-0. It'll be narrow, it'll be quite tight, but they'll do the job.
It's a pretty ruckus environment, that stadium, Atletico Madrid Stadium. Andy, does Bayern Munich going to struggle in this match?
Yeah. I've gone for the same scoreline as you. I've gone for 1-0. Bayern Munich, they were okay against Benfica. I mean, we were convinced that they were going to just brush Benfica aside, but they didn't. Benfica caused them a lot of problems. Atletico Madrid, they're very, very good defensively, but they've also got a good attack as well. I mean, Griezmann's fantastic. I also fancy Fernando Torres in this. Fernando Torres has hit a really good run of form, and the problem with Bayern is you look at the lineups that they field. They haven't really got a consistent 11. That they're never filled in the same 11 week in, week out. But Atletico Madrid tend to have a more consistent first team. So you know which Atletico Madrid's going to show up, and they all know exactly what each other's doing. They've got very sort of good relationships between all of the players. There's lots of double acts all over the field in defence and midfield, where Bayern Munich seem to be a sort of more of a fractured group of players that, you know, one week. That's why it's so difficult to pick on DraftKings as well, because, you know, one week you think they're going to pick Kingsley Coman, and then Ribery turns up. We know that Robin isn't going to play because he's out. But again, up front, is it going to be Lewandowski? Is it going to be Thomas Müller? And I think for that reason, I just can't say. I think Atletico are going to win the entire thing. I think Atletico Madrid are going to have revenge on Real Madrid in the final. A final which Atletico should have won a few years ago. If they'd just been a little bit more adventurous, they could have beaten Real in that final. So I think this is Atletico Madrid's year. It's going to be another Madrid derby, and Atletico are going to come out worthy winners.
I couldn't agree more, though, about Bayern Munich. They're very, very frustrating for DraftKings selections, because it's like, even if you look at their last 5 matches, not only the personnel different in each match, but the formation.
Well, they've had a lot of injuries as well, so the injuries are going to take away guys.
They've still got a hell of a squad.
Yes,
and
they do.
The fact is, it's not so much the personnel that they keep changing, it's the formation. I mean, there was one game, I think it was against Schalke recently in the Bundesliga, and it was like a 4-3-3. Next week, 4-4-2, then a 4-5-1, and it's Pep's very unusual. It's quite strange that he does this, and Man City probably need to pay attention to that, because I don't think they've got the same person.
I think that's good for the German league, because they're very dominant in the German league. But when it comes to playing someone like Atletico Madrid, it's them you've got to worry about. Atletico Madrid aren't going to be worried about what formation Bayern Munich are playing.
No, because they're sound in their own work, and so that's a key thing. That is a massively key thing. And if you look at also Bayern Munich, they didn't have an easy time against Juventus the round before as well. No. I mean, hell, they were 2-0 down. They had to really fight for their lives and drag it through in extra time. And yeah, Benfica really made it a lot more difficult than we thought they would. So
So after all I've just said, it's going to be a Man City Bayern Munich final.
There you go. That's my prediction. But,
Pep versus Pep.
Indeed.
Well, you heard it from these guys, all thinking that Atletico is going to win. I agree with them. I believe Atletico is going to win this one 2-1. That home stadium is going to be too much for them. But, of course, make your own picks. Go to DraftKings.co.uk. Put together your own 11-man team. You could win big. Welcome to the big time.